I even uploaded a video today and I'm straight back into the garage the same day, so good effort, Leroy. There's a fair few things I need to get done to this car before I transport it up to Waihi, which will just make my life that slight bit easier. So if you've watched previous episodes, you would have seen that there is different body panels for this car. They're just flat sheet panels that Zeused on and they're good to go. I prefer the old school Cougar body look, so I'm going to try my hardest to sort of retrofit that and make it look cool from there. To be fair, it's nowhere near fitting. These chassis are a lot longer than the original chassis, which there is one over there. There will be quite a lot of fiddling to do, so it's going to be a lot of on off, and I'll repeat it with on off. Being logical about this, there's going to be a lot of small cuts at a time. I think there's not going to be a big rush. I think roughly, which might look a bit wild, this sort of needs to come forward another 100 mil. So I don't mind if it sits over the dash a little bit, that's okay. Hopefully I still keep in contact with this Zeus clip here, because it'll be a pain if I don't. I got my first marks, 1, 2. So hopefully I don't mess this up, because if I mess this up, this body's going to waste. That'll be dumb, but I'm not going to do that. Positive, I'm not going to do that. There's no going back now anyway. Well, it's been a couple hours. I've got fiberglass all over me. I'm covered in it. That's how it's currently sitting there. It looks very, very short for the car, but it's sort of hard to judge without that panel being there. I do think I can make it work. I think, maybe. The only issue is there's a lot of random things. So like there we're hitting the bumper, and you look down this line here, and these gaps aren't that nice. I've sort of stepped away from it a bit because I don't want to get too carried away and chop it up too much. So I'm gonna let my brain recoup on that. And while that's happening, I'm gonna carry on with this radiator. Phoenix radiator, cheers Phoenix. Very good looking part. It's gonna look nice and tidy up in there. I sort of got carried away and forgot to record, which is pretty classic of me. And I've already made some brackets for the bottom mounts. 2 of those, I don't know where the other one is. Welded to this bottom bar here. That's gonna hold the bottom and then mount the top off this bar here. I'll set up the tripod again and do some ugly welding. There you go, bottom mounts. So there's two little dowels on the bottom of, oh, where's it gone? 2 little dowels on the bottom of the radiator. Slip right into there. I will plan to find like a nice rubber grommet to be able to slip in there and just enlarge that hole a little bit so I can have less metal on metal contact. Carry on with my life, which that's quite monumental, man. This is the first cooling system part, so we're doing big stuff. Jumping back in from where I left off, it's not Saturday, it's Friday. Travel back down from Waihi. Those clips that you just seen were from Wednesday night, I believe it was. Ran down here after work, went back up at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever silly time it was. I did get a fair bit done on that Wednesday. The body, I'm still very 50-50 about. I think the best solution, the most reasonable solution will be splitting it down the middle there, just to get rid of these gaps in here. Be able to see it's down there a bit better, which I don't really like. They look a bit ugly. I actually did a funny little mess up on that Thursday night. I never assume, I did assume that the dowels at the bottom of the radiator were center of the radiator. They're not. My radiator was offset 100mm, but I fixed that. It's in nice and center now, as you can see. It looks good. Happy with it. Still leaves me to do the top mounts for it. I want it to be sort of sitting up there somewhere, enough for me to be able to unbolt it, push it forward, pull it out. My first idea was to get a scenario like this, sort of scenario. Struth, hard to do one-handed, sort of mount it on there, bolt it to that, and then I can just unbolt it, push this thing forward and slip it out when needed. But I don't really have a bar bender, so I've come to fruition on what I'm doing with my top radiator mounts. As you can see, I've sort of just got stuff laying everywhere. Partially because I was just trying to find old stuff that had bends in it already, so I don't have to squish bars non-stop. I moved on from this bar. This was my first little scenario, which is off my old bumper, but the bar was too big, it was. So I had to move on to smaller bar. I'll show you my bender actually. I did a pretty good job bending it all. It was just that there is what bent my bars. Having a look at it, that's sort of what I've got there. So that's going to come off that bar there, which Campbell did, lovely, thank you. With a little plate there. And then there's obviously going to be a bolt that goes into there, unbolt it, push the radiator forward, lift it up. How are ya? It's worked out quite well, I think. Until it doesn't work out quite well. The only stuffy thing is here is I suck at welding and it's like really in the open, so I'm sort of worried, but that's okay. I'm sure I'll make do. I got the dogs done. It's all bolted up. Yeah, it's all there.